computer. Wonderful. All right, I want to welcome everyone out to the next session of the Work It series. Do It. This is specifically, we're going to be talking about the job and internship search. And so some resources on where to find jobs, where to find internships. The number one thing, if you remember nothing else from today's presentation, is this is going to be resources for you. Really the only way for somebody to find a position for you is for you to look for it. Because I don't know your life. I don't know your skills in depth as well as you do. I don't know your interests, your values, all the important things that are important for you choosing a job or an internship. So really, these are going to be just general resources. And then I highly, highly recommend you use these resources to go out, search, find opportunities, meet with us as they come in and apply. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is a little bit of who I am, who we are in the Dornsife Career Pathways. We are the Dornsife Career Pathways. We are like the Central Career Center, only we work specifically with Dornsife students. We do everything when it comes to careers. So that's advising appointments. We have a podcast on different career topics. In that podcast, I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more. We do something called informational interviews, where I interview professionals in different career fields, and then we kind of discuss how they got to where they are, what recommendations they would have for somebody trying to get in it as well. We also have a variety of career fairs, career seminars, employers that come to campus, a mentorship program. We have a ton of resources. So I highly, highly recommend you check out our website, which is USC Dornsife Career Pathways. You can find a lot of very, very good information as well. You want to be checking out Handshake. USC just switched over to Handshake. That's where all the job postings are. That's where a lot of our resources are. It's a really great place for you guys. So what we're going to be talking about is how to find tools and resources to find internships and jobs, best practices of navigating the job internship search, processes to find some similar roles and additional skills as a candidate, and how to identify individuals and reach out to them when applying and reviewing for your applications, and how to send out those kind of cold emails. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is just the 3 different levels of identifying tools, talking about putting that into action, and then a little bit of networking. We talk about networking a lot because it allows you to reach out to the people who are actually doing the job, which is something that I super, super recommend. So some very good resources. Before we even start about resources, we need to talk about why internships matter. Why do these positions matter? Number one, these internships give you the opportunity to explore what it's actually like in that position. You don't know what it's like until you've lived it. So the internships are really for...
Were you a part of ROTC? No. Then why did you take the gap?
I'm gonna keep people muted until the end of our presentation, and then we will get into that at the end. These internship opportunities also give you the experience and the skills to get further positions, not only to kind of build up for future internships, but future full-time positions as well. These employers and organizations use internships as kind of a barometer of, do you have the skills to do the actual job? Oftentimes, not always, but many, many times, once you kind of do an internship in a specific company, they get to know you, they get to like you. Hopefully they get to like you, and then that can lead to further employment. So internships, very, very important. I recommend you get them. Some good kind of resources that USC has is Handshake. All USC career centers, it used to be split up, all career centers, whether you're part of Marshall, Viterbi, Dornsife, or just going to the Central Career Center, we are now all working off of Handshake. It's kind of the one-stop shop. If you have not already set up your profile, if you have not already explored Handshake, do so. Beyond pretty much all of the other resources that we're going to talk about today, Handshake is the #1 resource. It is a place where employers have come to USC. They have put their information on USC's portal for Handshake. We vetted them. So these are employers that want to work with USC. So Handshake is going to be your number one spot for internships, for jobs. When you go onto Handshake, this is what you're going to see. This is kind of the kind of homepage. We have a feed, kind of a news feed inbox if people are sending you messages. Make sure to check that inbox regularly. We have a lot of employers who will also reach out to you for jobs and internships. Specifically for today's topic, we're going to be talking about this jobs tab. There is also events. Hugely important that you look at these events, know what's coming up here on campus. There are constantly employers coming, giving presentations, doing interviews here on campus, and it's a fantastic way for you to kind of get to know information. People who are on Handshake, employers that are on Handshake, and Career Center, that's where you find the resources. But number one, we're going to be talking about the Jobs tab. If you were to click on the Jobs tab, which I recommend that you do, this is what we're going to be looking at. Really, these three areas for our discussion today are the top three areas you're going to be wanting to look at. With this job search field, this is where you're going to be putting in those keywords. What I mean by keywords, you can go from the very, very macro level, the very large level of just like your major, or a very broad career field such as biotech or arts. The more precise or specific that you use keywords or even filters, the more precise and specific of job postings you're going to get, but it also means less job postings you're going to get. So as we can see, when I was pulling this up with no filters, no search, there are 27,600 jobs, 27.6 thousand jobs on Handshake. So many, many jobs, just isn't the right one for you. To determine which ones are the right ones for you, you really want to use these filters. If you're only looking for internships, you want to click on that internship filter. So we're just filtering for internships. If you want to filter for other things, and I recommend you do, use all of these filters. Again, the more broad you put it, you're going to get 27.6 thousand postings. The more specific you make it, the less postings, but the more high quality they're going to be for your situation. So don't be afraid of the filters, use the filters. Like I was talking about, also critical to kind of your career development and fantastic opportunities are these event and career center tabs. Again, events are all of the things that are going to be happening on campus, whether it's a company or an employer coming to campus and giving a presentation, maybe doing interviewing, maybe posting positions in which you can talk to the person in person. Also, this is where you probably signed up for this, being here, different presentations that are going on campus, as well as career fairs, graduate school fairs, law school fairs. All of those are going to be posted on Handshake. As well, this Career Center tab, that's going to take you to resources and just information about this other career centers. I now want to take you to Dornsife Compass. This is our website, Dornsife Career Pathways website, and two specific areas in which we want to highlight is programs and events. So again, those are events that are coming up. For more information on Work It series, it's found under the Program and Events tab. All of the things that we have going on in our office can be found there. Then you can also find and access Handshake via the Dornsife Career Pathways as well. Now, in addition to Handshake, we also have on-campus recruiting. On-campus recruiting allows you to have full-time, part-time internship opportunities on USC's campus. We want you to set up your profile, look for opportunities. On-campus opportunities are fantastic for you as students. You can get on-campus opportunities as an undergraduate or a graduate level. The graduate level are frequently more in the form of research assistants or teaching assistants, but they're still available. These are fantastic opportunities for students, for you guys to build your skills, build your interests and your abilities, and learn how universities work. So this is another resource. So far we've covered Handshake and we've covered on-campus recruiting. Just really highlighting this, you want to know what events are coming up. Check Handshake constantly. There are constantly new events being added. Every week, we have employers that are reaching out to our office saying, hey, we want to come give a presentation to students. Can you put us on kind of your docket for events? So we're constantly adding new events. Checking that events tab on Handshake is going to be imperative for you. Some important kind of things happening on Wednesday, September 25th. There is a Dornsife Career Internship Fair. It is going to be virtual. That is going to be very, very important. We have the Fall Career Fair happening next Thursday. That is the 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be Central, Truesdale Parkway. So those are a couple for this fall semester. Very important events, but there's so many more that are happening. We have industry panels, we have Trojan Talks, employers coming and talking to you guys. So events. A lot of students come to me and they say, John, how do I find internships? How do I find jobs? Well, we have kind of those third-party resources. We have Handshakes, we have those job boards, but coming to where the employers are, which a lot of times employers are coming to campus, that is going to be critical for you to also find success. So if you're only doing kind of the virtual online job boards, you're missing probably 2/3 of the opportunities that are given to you to find these internships, to talk to these employers, and to really build your skill set and have those opportunities to be face to face. So events. Even if you're not in the market for a job or an internship, come to the career fairs, come to this internship fair, come to the fall career fair on the 12th. Just be in that environment. Spend some time just talking to these companies. What questions are they asking? Attend events. If you are looking for an internship and you come to me in a one-on-one career advising scenario, I am going to ask you, what events are you signed up to attend? And if you tell me none, I will tell you what I am telling you now. You are missing probably 2/3 of the internship opportunities that are available to you if you're only doing these online job postings. Events. Go to events, get in the environment, ask questions. It's a fantastic opportunity. We do have some internship programs. For example, we have the Gateway Internship Program that we run through our office, the Career Pathways office. It is something that happens every spring semesters when the application opens up. You apply in early January. The process, we have several rounds of interviews, and then if you make it through those interviews during the summer, you will be placed in an internship. You will be given a mentor. You will be given seminars. You'll be given a lot of information. So tuck that in the back of your brain. In this coming spring semester, or if you're listening in the future, spring semesters is when we're doing this. You're going to want to apply for this. This is open to Dornsife majors or minors. You must be a sophomore to a senior standing and at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA. Fantastic opportunity for just kind of an internship program. Some non-USC resources. You always want to be careful when using these because for a few reasons. Number one, these are third-party websites. Sometimes their information is not 100% accurate. Sometimes they're a little bit out of date. So how I recommend you use this is use LinkedIn, Indeed, Google, Glassdoor, whatever you're using as kind of an information gathering exercise. Okay, what businesses are hiring? What positions are out there? What job titles are in certain job fields? What am I interested in? Then going company specific and applying on their company websites if they have them. I use Indeed personally. This is just me. I use Indeed all the time. Using Google Jobs is awesome. I recommend you use these third-party websites. Just be aware that sometimes the information is not 100% up to date. And you can also use them in a more direct way of using them as a, okay, which companies are hiring? Let me go do a little bit research there. But utilize as many resources as you possibly can. A very common question I get is from students is, John, how many applications do I need to send? There is no magical number when it comes to application number. The number is however many it takes for you to get hired. For some people, that is a single application. For some people, it's 200 applications. So what you want to be doing is with each application, you want to be tailoring to the position as much as you can. You want to be giving it your all. And then if that one doesn't work out, we're making adjustments and moving on. So apply, apply, apply. You want to be sending out as many applications as it takes until you get an interview and a job position. These are some good resources. Now, another way to find internships is through networking. Now, networking is a very scary phrase that we hear a lot that has kind of been twisted and made scary. All networking is talking to people. You network every day of your life. When you call up your friend, you're networking. When you call up your cousin to say, hey, cousin, what do you do for work? That's networking. When you're talking to your professors about what they do, how they got into being a professor, that's networking. So in order to kind of boost your networking, I want to talk about how to find people to talk to, how to find people to ask those questions of how did you get into your position? What do you like about your position? What do you not like about your position? This can also lead to internships and jobs. Again, there are probably three main ways to find internships and jobs. Number one, talking to the employers directly. Those are those events that I've been talking so much about. Number two is networking. Talk to professionals who are in the world. See if there are any job postings or positions open in their company. And three are those job boards. Handshake, Indeed, LinkedIn job searching. Now, using LinkedIn for finding alumni. You are going to go onto the University of Southern California page. There is an alumni tab. You're going to go to that alumni tab. As of when we made this, there were 349,314 alumni associated with LinkedIn profiles. There are probably more than that out in the world. So you're going to go to that alumni tab, and then you can search by title. So maybe you're searching for a specific title, you're searching for a specific company that you would like to work at, and then you can find alumni who work in that company. When you are reaching out to people via LinkedIn, you want to introduce yourself and warm up the interaction as much as you can. And what I mean by warm up is you want to introduce yourself as a USC student. If you're reaching out to these alumni, they were once USC students. So you all automatically have that connection. You want to make as many connections as you possibly can of, oh, I see that you work in this company. I am interested in the company that you work for X, Y, and Z. Then make your ask. Do you have 5 or 10 minutes to grab coffee or jump on a Zoom call where I can ask you just a few quick questions to do an informational interview? You will be surprised how many people want to talk about what they do for work, whether that's good things about their work or whether they're trying to say, hey, this is what I don't enjoy. Steer away from this industry. They want to talk about their work. Keep in mind that there is about a 300 character limit, so the message you're sending is short, sweet, to the point. Also, not everyone checks their LinkedIn every day, every month, maybe once a year, people are checking their LinkedIn. On average, research kind of shows that 1 in 8 people reply to kind of these cold networking. So don't give up if you don't hear from people in the first interaction. And also keep in mind that you want to personalize your messages. You want to be authentic, and you want to do as much research into the person as you can, and so you can reach out to them. This is networking. This is reaching out to people. As well, networking is attending those events and as well applying. It's all networking. It's all kind of building forward for your career path and what you want to do. Now, when I talk about informational interviews, this is what I mean. You're just going to be going in and you're asking questions. How would you describe the environment you work in? How would you describe your typical workday? What personal qualities do you see as important for success in this occupation? What was your undergraduate field of study? That way you can get to know, are you on the right track? You can build that personal relationship. That's going to be huge. And if you are confused on how to do an informational interview, if you go to the Dornsife Career Pathways website, on the far right, there's a tab that says Ask John. That is the career podcast that we put on. I'm the host for it. And the current season that we are doing, we are talking to a variety of professionals. I have talked to an attorney. I have talked to somebody who works in the entertainment industry, kind of deciding what movies or TV shows you watch. And we talk about how they got into their career and why they got into the career and why they're staying in their career, or maybe they changed careers. So doing informational interviews are very, very important. Very valuable information, can help you in deciding what jobs and internships you want to do. And if you need additional examples, I encourage you to listen to those examples that we have on Ask John. So you have done the research, you've gone to events, you've gone on Handshake or LinkedIn or Indeed or another website that has postings for your situation. There are a myriad, many websites that have different job postings in different places. Use them all. Once you've found them, these are the tips for the application process. You want to know as many kind of job titles as you can. You can find this out via a variety of different websites, LinkedIn, a website called ONET. I love ONET. It is the Wikipedia of jobs, meaning it doesn't have job postings, but you can find job titles on ONET. That will then start, as you're searching, you can put in those different job titles and find different positions. Like I said, ONET is probably one of my favorite. This is what you're going to kind of be looking for. So let's say you're interested in advertising and promotion. These are job titles. So going back to Handshake, when I said you're putting in different keywords, these are the keywords. These are the job titles that you're going to want to use when searching. Using ONET can give you information on the different sample job reported titles. It can also help you understand what that job actually does. But these job titles are what we're searching with. Another awesome kind of website is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We've kind of talked about expanding our search as well. Same thing with LinkedIn. You can set up job alerts. So as new jobs that are in the field that you're interested come up, you can add them to your kind of notifications and keep you up to date. Now, when you are increasing your application competitiveness, you want to start finding positions to apply to and see what qualifications they're looking for. It's going to take a little bit of work on your end. You're going to be scrolling through positions. You're going to be looking at what they're asking for. You want to compare what skills you already have with what skills you need. When you're looking at what skills you already have, a lot of times employers will put those skills in different phrasing. So maybe they want somebody who is familiar with brand promotion and finding out what clients or consumers want to see. That's a different way of saying data analysis. They want somebody to track what the purchasing trends are of clients and analyze those trends. So if you have data analysis, but you're looking at some sort of marketing position in which they're kind of doing that promotion, you can get a little bit creative with that. A general kind of recommendation I have when looking at job postings or internship postings is if you're hitting about 80 to 85% of the qualifications that they're asking for, you can feel confident in applying to that position. You do not have to hit 100% of the qualifications in order to be eligible to apply. You want to hit as many of them as you can. It makes your application stronger and more competitive. Again, increasing application competitiveness, but you don't have to hit them all. That's some research and some data that we've noticed is that a lot of people who get the jobs didn't hit 100% of the qualifications. Of course, the more you hit, the better. So after you apply, once you apply, you want to reach out to the company the best you can. Sometimes you're not going to be able to do this. But if you can, I recommend looking up on LinkedIn or on the company website, who is the kind of hiring manager? Who are you going to be reaching out to? You want to send out these emails of thank you for the opportunity to apply. If you have any additional questions, comments, please reach out to me. You want to make that connection if you can. If you can't make the connection, then that's the reality of the situation. You can't make the connection. But if you can, do make a connection. All right. That is our presentation. I want to thank all of you for being here. Give me 1 second. We're going to stop the recording. Stop recording. We're going to stop the recording.